Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, and a visionary as well. And I'm here this evening to do the general monthly reading. Oh boys, you guys are the first. You're my first virgins of the month. This is for the month of October, for heaven's sakes already. For the sign of Libra. It is still Libra's birthday, so happy birthday, Libra. So I have everything calibrated and cleansed, and now let's do your shuffle. This is a general reading for people that are new to the channel and to the tarot community. That means this reading is free. There is no charge. This is to give you an example of how the readings work for the private readings before Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Because this is a general reading, this may or may not resonate with you in a personal way. This is also for Libra's sun, and I've got the dropsies real bad. And this is for the Libra sun reading. Please check out your moon signs and your rising signs or ascendant, and check those out as well through Bay of Fundy Fortunes videos. Check out all three of your signs. That way it gives you a bigger, clearer picture. But sometimes your moon sign or your rising sign or ascending sign can mean more to you than your actual sun sign does on any given reading. So it's a good idea to check that out. And I've been asked questions like, what sign should I identify with the most out of my three? And the only answer I can give you is the one that you identify most with, the one that sounds more like you. And when I say general readings, and it may or may not resonate with you, don't ask me. I'm sorry to be this blunt, but you know what? If you knew the people that we readers interact with, and the amount of people, and the amount of questions, and the amount of comments that we deal with, which I love the comments. But you know what? If you're going to give me a stupid-ass comment or a stupid-ass question, you'll get a stupid-ass answer, all right? And it will be obvious. I don't beat around the bush. Somebody asking me, you know, on one of the videos that's got almost 3,000 views on it, you're funny. So who's giving us this money? Why can't you tell us all who's giving us this money, where it's coming from? Are you insane? I can tell, you know, a few thousand people specifically. That's like saying I know who you are, each and every individual, and you know, I know your name, I know where you live, I know. Like, I'm not God, all right? Jeez. All I have. Anyway, stupid is as stupid does. You get stupid questions and comments, you're going to get it right back. I don't care. And if you push it, I'll just kick your ass off the channel, period, end of. Unless I find you amusing, I might let you stay around a little longer. That's happened. People kick them, ban them, boot them. Everybody yelling it. I'm like, no, I find them kind of entertaining. This is, you know, to see how far it's going to go. If I got nothing better to do, hey, you can entertain me for a change with your stupidity. So, you know, this isn't meant for all you regular guys. It's just the odd one. You don't get that all the time, but every once in a while somebody floats in. And it's like, you've got to be from an unknown planet somewhere that hasn't been discovered yet. You just, as the saying goes, you're a real special kind of stupid, aren't you? Yeah. We don't have time for that stuff. But this is for Libra. Beautiful, luscious Libra. Lenient Libra. They want to get along with everybody. They don't like to be alone. They don't like confrontation. They can be a peacekeeper. They like everything happy and copacetic. They'll avoid confrontation. That kind of thing. Probably smarter than me. That way I walk right into it. You feed me something like that and you get it back, I'll bite right into it. Or just shut you off. Can't be bothered or don't have time. But I want to have a good reading for Libra. What's up for Libra in this monthly general reading for the month of October 2017? All right. These are your cards. Yes, these are your, oh, beautiful. So this is a 5-card spread. At the end, I pull one significator for the overall energy of the reading right there from the deck of tarot. Okay. Your very first card. This is your overall energy. 3 of Wands, motivation. A motivation. Second card, it's a 5-card spread, is your finances and your wealth, anything to do with money, income, money flow, that sort of thing. Your third card is your hearth, your home, love, anything close to your heart. Okay, 3 of Swords is heartache. Your challenges for the month of October. For some reason, June has popped into my head, and I don't know why, whatever that might mean. Something may have happened in June, or began in June, or took place in June, maybe within this reading for somebody out there. Your challenges, which is, we'll get into it, 8 of Pentacles, achievements, and your final card in this 5-card spread, and it is your message from Spirit. It is the Queen of Cups, and she represents sensitivity. All right. Very first card, your overall energy, 3 of Wands. It's all about motivation. This is a really good card. This starts off for your month of October. So this card always represents things like high energy, a lot of motivation, enthusiasm, bursts of enthusiasm, enthusiasms of longevity as well, enough to carry you through, to see things through, and maybe even then some. But it's the enthusiasm and the energy right now seems to be, for some of you, applying to a lot of things right now. Some of you are feeling refreshed, maybe because it's the weather, the change in the weather. Some are more fall-like, winter-like people, and that could be it too, bringing about this burst of energy. Maybe the heat and the longevity of some of your summers tends to sap your energy, your strength. You get a little sick and tired of the sun all the time and 100-degree temperatures, whatever that may be. But also, this card, as far as romance and love goes, because it does come to the surface, this can predict a new relationship for some of you. Some of you have already just started this new relationship. Some of you are about to embark on it. You're about to meet somebody. And, Cupid may shoot his arrow and hit you both. That is for somebody out there. This is also a time of celebrations as well. Engagements, weddings. See, again, love is being highlighted. This is not for all of you. This is just for some of you, or a few of you. I'm hearing maybe 3 or 4. Getting engaged, just got engaged. Celebrations of relationships, weddings. This is also a very, very fine card to indicate travel being highlighted for some of you, the arts, and even sports for some others. A dynamic attitude brings about great results. So says Tarot. Finding unusual ways to solve dilemmas brings success, and will help. Some of you may be struggling. I'm just, for somebody out there, you've been winging it alone on something, some kind of we'll call it a project, all right, for choice of a better word. But some of you have been winging it and kind of stumbling through, and you maybe should have thrown in the towel. Other people said, give it up. You said, no, I'm not. I'm going to continue on. I don't care how long this takes, how hard this takes. And you run into problems that kept popping up over and over again. And you persevered. You worked through them. You solve these dilemmas is what you've done. And you've done it on your own. This attitude is going to bring you a lot of success in the bigger picture. Even if your project wasn't to be at 100%, it's still going to bring you a certain amount of success, and you're getting your message across to people about determination and about endurance and about how much this means to you. For some reason, you have something to prove along those lines. It means something to you. May not have meant anything to anybody else, but it certainly meant something to you. The advice of the card: think laterally, do some sideways thinking. That means thinking, basically in ways you've never thought before. Looking at things from a different angle. I'm hearing maybe somebody might have been a little bit stubborn to see something in a new light. You felt same old, leave it alone. It's always worked. Why fix it if it's not broken? But for somebody out there, you may need to fire up your imagination and fire up your creativity, to go at something that somebody's been working on. So you need a new approach. You need to try something different. One moment. There. Okay. And I'm hearing that's going to take up like a lot of energy, but you have, as the card describes, the motivation to work your way through it and to not give up on it. Your keywords also are travel for some. Some may be jet setting back and forth as far as projects go, making moves as well, transferring, again, moving house, as they say, traveling for the continuation of relationships. There's a new sense of freedom for some of you, a new sense of openness, and again, weddings is highlighted off the card as well. Originality to your jobs, your dreams, your projects, your undertaking is coming out as well. Success is a big thing, and the last thing to end it off is arts and sports. So that's your overall energy. That's a lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff going on there for you, Libra. There's a lingering message here. Somebody really wants to stand out from the crowd, and you want to do this different. You don't want to do the same old that you see all the time. You want to shine in your originality. Okay, so your finances and your wealth, justice and balance is the word. Balance with justice. She has the scales of justice right there. She's here to balance things out. Also, this card, sometimes, well, the common meaning of this card, I'm going to blow them clocks away. Why didn't I wait another 10 minutes to start this? Justice, balance, strength of character is the overall message from this card. Even on a good day, on a bad day, it's strength of character coming forward. Honesty, integrity, morality, all the words that make a very well-defined, decent human being come to the surface with this card. Being judged from the past and judging from their past. Somebody's looking at somebody's track record, yours, whoever you are, whoever this is meant for. They're looking at your track record of your history, your past. How much solidity do you have behind you? How much validation, confirmation of who you say you are, or what you say you are capable of? Is it true, everything you say that you bring to the table in some kind of a situation? That's narrowed down to a certain situation is what it is. I can tell you that right now because it's coming through very, very strongly. Some of you may be looking at legal claims to ownership. All right. And you may have to prove ownership for something is what I'm picking up on. That's why there's all this stuff looking into your past, such as investigators, somebody's house could have burned to the ground, all right? And they're having a hard time finding the source of the cause. They're looking into your past. This is terrible stuff, but this is what I'm getting. They're looking into your past to see if you have gone through anything like this before. This is like fire insurance stuff. Is there a track record? Have you been burned out before? Have you lost everything before? You're going to be somebody digging into your past because you've put in a legal claim for a fire insurance. But from what I'm hearing here, the only reason this is coming up is in your cards is because it's a stressful thing. If you haven't been given the notification that this is going on, you will soon be. This is a telling of the future. All right. For those of you who say that doesn't resonate with me at all because maybe it hasn't happened yet, so come back in a week's time and see what's gone, if anything's unfolding or in a couple of weeks' time, whatever this is for the month of October. Work, family matters, and relationships are being brought to the forefront as well. Somebody is dealing with a situation that needs a lot of closure. Enough is what I'm hearing. You're begging for healing. I need to move past this is what I'm hearing for somebody. You can expect to find the truth in a situation. If you're feeling something may have been kept from you or has been hidden from you, you know, I could nail it with one of my stones. I could nail it from here. I'm a good shot. I could nail the face of it. It's not my clock. Oh my goodness. But you need to have healing and closure. Again, with this, enough is enough. I've had enough. I want this to end. I just want this to be over. This has gone on for too long. And you may push the envelope a little bit to the point where the truth of the matter could rise to the surface. And this is why there's been this holdup, and it's been taking so long for this to be settled. Courtroom, healing, closure, decisions, in that order. The weighing of options is coming to the forefront as well, in order for you to make some decisions about other things, not so much decisions being made about you at this point, forever who you are. This is for you. A weighing of options, decisions that need to be made that are highly important. Change in lifestyle, toning it down, easy, a lifestyle of more ease with less overhead. Some of you are looking at downsizing to get more balance back in your life again. Some of you are saying, I don't need to continually be making the money that aren't you lucky? If somebody says I'm going to downsize everything, even my income, my flow of money, that sounds outrageous to me. But that's what I'm picking up on here. Some of you are weighing options. What's important? What's important in life? What's important in your life? And you're weighing a lot of options, because when you ask yourself such serious questions about life, oh, it's going to be one of those nights. I know it is. I'm sorry. I'll be back in talk words all night long. But some of you are saying, do we really? Here's an easy example. Here's what I'm getting. Do we really need the $4 million home anymore? Do we need 4 vehicles in the driveway when there's only 2 of us here? Do we need 3 vacation properties? Those things have served their purpose in my lifestyle, but now I want to downsize. I want to simplify, because I want to use my energy and my strength and focus it in on other things that are quite important. So some of you are looking at downsizing. Isn't that a funny thing, to find a better balance? Taking a different approach to your money as well is coming to the forefront. Some of you are having a complete turnaround, is what I'm hearing here. This card is also no, before that, when your decisions are made about the changes in your life, you'll be vindicated, because again, somebody not really agreeing, they're going in kicking and screaming. They don't want to do this. They don't want the change. They like things just left the way they are, the status quo, the whole bit. But you're going to be vindicated, and you will get your point across. You will be able to make others see where you're coming from. That's coming to the forefront as well. But strength comes from within. Please remember that. Your angels and guides are supporting you on this life's path which you walk. So says Tarot. The advice of this card is take a practical approach to things right now with any decisions that you have to make, but remain realistic. So Realistic and practical, those two things go hand in hand. Remain grounded and practical. You don't have to strip yourself of all pleasures of life. You don't need to go that far. And I'm feeling some of you may be a little on the extreme end of things, personality-wise. And when you get an undertaking like this under your feet, you tend to go a little bit too far, maybe sometimes. Your keywords are calm, decisions, integrity, truth, legal issues, support, and vindication. For some of you, you're going to balance the scales of justice. All right. You know what? This was about the value of your life, the material things. So as far as finances go, but other than that, I didn't pick up on anything outside of that. Not this time around, anyway, Libra. So your next card is your hearth, your home, love. You got the Three of Swords, and it represents heartache. Okay. Well, this is the heartbreak card of the tarot. It always brings about a transient change. Always. Life changes, big things changing in your life. Changes that you will process and you will heal from. So says tarot. Please take that to heart. This card is always related to breakups and affairs, disappointments. The positive thing is, again, there's a lot of enlightening going on in your reading, Libra, with one of the things being uncovered, things that have been weighed down and hidden in the dark are now all floating to the top, and they're floating to the surface. For some of you, that could bring about this big life change, all right? Transient change usually means moving as well, physically moving to someplace else. But you're going to be seeing more of the truth. That may make for some of you, that may make you alter your plans. You had things set a certain way, and you had the blueprints of what you wanted to. Now you're going to have to go back and make some adjustments because of some truths, some unknown information coming to the surface. This card too, for some of you, this card can bring along, it's representative saying, Libra, that some of you are under an awful lot of stress due to emotional relationships. There's a lot of stress, and the stress levels can cause a lot of anxiety and fear and sleepless nights and stomach aches and nervous anxiety just overall. The advice is to see the truth for what it is. Don't waste any more time in your life, is what I'm hearing. Do not waste any more time on this. Enough time has been wasted. You could have been light years away from where you are right now had the truth come out a long time ago. I'm really feeling the heat here off the card. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm changing color, to tell you the truth. Because I'm literally feeling the heat off of that. This is meant for somebody. Whoa. That's unreal. You could have been a waste of time, and you don't want to waste any more time. And you're going to feel angry about that. I've wasted my time. Why did I waste all this time? No more. Whoops. Ouch. Sorry. No more. No more. No more. You're going to know where you stand once the truth comes out, so says tarot. This card can, like I said, signify stress, anxiety, and fear, which can make you physically ill. It can blind your judgment as well. Be careful of that. See the truth. Allow yourself to feel the pain. Accept what's happened, and then you need to move on again. That's the advice here. This has happened for a reason, Libra. Sweet, lovable Libra. This has happened for a reason. I feel some of you, for those that this applies to you, your good nature was taken advantage of, and you're a nice person, and no, you don't have stupid stamped on your forehead or naive or anything like that, but you trusted. Don't ever hate yourself because you trusted somebody else that shouldn't have been trusted. You didn't do anything wrong. All right? Don't get so angry with yourself. Just learn from the lessons that come with that, because there's always going to be a lot of lessons that come along with situations like that. Your keywords are heartbreak, sorrow, betrayal, loss, affairs for some, breakup, and tears. And this is hitting close to home for some of you, Libra. Remember, it's a general reading. Your challenges for the month is the Eight of Pentacles, and it brings achievement. Okay. For some of you, you're looking for achievement in your professional life, or in your field of study. This is the goal and the motivation and the thing that drives you. This card also represents the perfectionist type of personality as well. And for those of you that are the perfectionist and a little bit on the nitpicky side, it's worked for you. It's what's gotten you to where you are, and it's helped you achieve things. When some of you insist, Libra, on being extremely orderly, extremely organized, and you credit some of your success and your achievements for carrying yourselves out that way in your daily lives, being extremely organized. Not everybody is. I'm not. I can be organized in my head. I hold a lot in my head. And I know where everything's at in my house, so what's the point of me going around and lettering and alphabetizing everything? I don't. It's just me, right? So anybody else touches my stuff, well, you better put it back. It's just that simple. But for some of you, Libra, this is all part of your solid foundation, to be organized, to be the perfectionist, and who knows that details are vitally important to them. Some of you Libras as well, because of this, you take a lot of pride, and you set your standards very, very high for yourself. And really, in the bigger picture, you do set high standards in your expectations of those people that are in your little world, but you never expect them to meet or surpass your own. And if you did, you need to give your head a shake, all right? We're very different from each other. So you need to respect the differences. And I don't care who it is that's in your world, but you need to respect the differences. It can't all run your way all the time, because that's the way you feel it should be. You need to I'm feeling that kind of heavy. Somebody out there, this is meant for it. You need to lighten up a little bit. You need to lighten up a little bit on the people around you and your expectations of them. All right? Let them prove to you where they come from. Let them prove to you and show you. And maybe it won't be so bad in your eyes if you allow them that room, the space, and the time to do so. You can be kind of an army sergeant. This is a message that I'm getting for somebody here. But details are important. You take a lot of pride. You have very high standards. This attitude pays off quite well for you. Your finances seem to be all right. They're improving from all the hard work and the commitment that you've given to succeed. Another meaning for this card for a few of you could be success through exams. You're writing certifications and exams, or a return, flat out return to education to further your education. You are choosing to deepen your own experience in life as well. The advice of this card: you have the ability to learn more. Therefore, when you learn more, you earn more. Carry that with you as you go, Libra. Never forget. But this is a general reading. It's not meant for everybody. Wherever you focus your energy is, and success usually follows when you focus in on something and you devote yourself to it and you give it your best. And that's all anybody can do. But everybody's best is at a different level, Libra. Remember that. But you're going to have success. It's going to be beautiful for you. The keywords for this card are analysis and commitment, dedication, detailed work, money, education, and perfectionism. But as far as your challenges go, you need to lighten up a little bit. That's what you need to do with the people in your life, because I was feeling the heat off of that pretty strong. All right, your last card in this 5-card spread, it is the message from Spirit. It is the Queen of Cups. And isn't it funny that it follows the messages coming through on the 8 of Pentacles? She's all about sensitivity. So when she shows up in your reading, and this is your message from Spirit, so please remember this. She brings about the energy of sensitivity and compassion. And this person is very, very, very loyal to their friends, openly loving with their partner, with their family. They're a very warm, gracious person. this, 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 this could be an energy more than an actual person. But when it comes in, loyalty to others becomes highlighted. Also, opening yourself up to allow more creativity to come into your work. Don't be so closed-minded about things. Nothing is black and white. Always leave a little room for, well, what if this? Or maybe that. Don't be anal. Don't be anal, all right? Because you could be cutting off a good learning experience or a good time or a good anything really. You're cutting it off short and not getting the full benefit of something that was brought to you. Sometimes this is the U card as well. And if this is the U card, it shows that you're what's highlighted in your life right now, Libra, more than anything, are your relationships with children, with your friends. We're getting ready to wind down for winter, and maybe that brings about a huge change within your house. We are in fall, and that could bring about a huge change on how you do things. I'm just hearing and picking that up, that somebody is a little bit more social during the summer months, and now when fall comes, they start to pull back away from the social scene and the socializing and the interaction. They want to cool down the social life with the weather as well. Not exclude it or extinguish it completely. Not as busy, not as high impact, not as so much in the forefront of every day of summer, but you cool down. You have a tendency to do that with the weather, and fall is doing exactly that, is it not? For those of you that might be single, she's here to shop as well. Be open and sensitive to what's going on around you. The stuff that doesn't really affect you, keep your feelers up. If you're ready for new love, chances are it's going to find you. All right, keep that in mind. The advice of the card is to tune more into your nurturing side at this time. In decision making, though, your intelligence side of your brain, it will be your best guide. Your keywords are love and nurturing, sensitivity, sympathy, protection, love, and emotion. All right, those are your cards there. Let's give these a quick shuffle, and we'll get your significator. And the significator, what it means for my readings is, if something within that spread needs to be re-emphasized, it'll show up here. If not, there's still one more message to come through for you that needs to stand alone on its own and needs to be highlighted. We'll put it that way, all right? So let's see. Is there any other further messages, and what are these messages for the sign of Libra for the month of October for this general monthly reading 2017? What else needs to be brought to Libra's attention? All right. The Hangman. The Hangman. All right. So when this guy shows up, yes, regulars. I'm going to pull the book. I will. But when this guy shows up, it means that he feels like he has no control over what's going on in his life, basically. His hands are tied, his feet are tied, but he's found a very comfortable position. This idle time, this hanging around, this being tied up, having things taken out of your control. You're not in full charge anymore. There's the threat there that somebody else has control, and the ball's in their court, and you're at the mercy of whatever they decide they're going to do, and you have no say about it. So you've decided to get comfortable, wait it out. That wait it out was meant to be there. Yes, I'm going to pull the book. So here's a major arcana as well, which emphasizes it even more. Let's see here. I always ring the messages out of the cards, people. Yes, I do. For those of you that are new, this is regular thing that I do with the monthlies. He did turn up, right? So there is that. There is a reverse on this card. He symbolizes willing sacrifice. As I said, he's just given up and said, well, I'll just hang here and I'll get comfortable until whatever's supposed to be is supposed to be. But I certainly, what's coming through is for someone else has got the reins right now, and you've got no choice but to kind of hang there. It brings forth feelings of a lack of progress, feelings of stamina in changing directions or perspectives is what it means here. So it's a good thing that it came up upright, because reversed is even worse. It's not good. Reversed is like a waste of time taken from you, basically. Not going to read it. But this card isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes when we have things forced upon us or imposed upon us, it turns out to be the best thing that could have happened for us. As an afterthought, you move ahead and you look back and you say, if that hadn't happened, and I'm glad that happened. I hated it at the time, but I'm really glad that happened. So that, my dear Libras, was your reading for the month of October 2017. It's a long one. I didn't mean for it to go on so long. I thought we were doing pretty good till I looked at the clock, and wow. But anyways, so if you like this reading, I do offer the service of private readings. Information for that's found down below this video window in the Show More section. Please read through there once. You can grab my email to see that I use there for everything. Ship me off an email, get you taken care of pretty quick. You can also find Bay of Fundy Fortunes on Blogspot, Twitter, Google, YouTube, and in Facebook under Bay of Fundy Fortunes. It's a closed private group full of like-minded people just like you and me. Closed and private. I'm not going to rattle on because this is coming up on 40 minutes. But if you're ever looking for me, you can always find me right here in Bay of Fundy Fortunes or walking on my beach down below, along the water's edge to hold the mightiest, highest tides in the whole world, on the whole planet, the beautiful and bountiful Bay of Fundy. And I'm always keeping one eye on the tides. So whether you find me here, you find me down there, it's neither here nor there. You'll always catch me waiting on the next high tide. Thank you very much. Have a great, great month, and we'll see you back real soon for the weeklies as we follow the month through of October. See you later. Bye for now.